Tony Gasson here. Y'all got to forgive me. I got a little crook in my neck. Got to throw my neck out. I was, you know what? I don't know what hurt my neck actually, but I put a squat bar on my neck yesterday and was squatting. And now a muscle in my neck hurting, but could be from how I slept or something. I don't know. But I wanted to hop on here and talk to you about this. Really don't know how to title it, but I'm gonna tell y'all ladies something, and this is why y'all losing. This is why a lot of ladies is losing, and it's really because you have let social media fool you. That's a bad thing when you let social media fool you. Because when you go on social media, you see all kind of relationships. You see all kind of men. You see the best of the best. And the same reason why a lot of single men are single is the same reason a lot of single women is single. Because you going on social media and you seeing the best of the best and not just the best of what's available to you. See, before social media, we had to pick somebody in our city. The person in your city is what you deserve. Because y'all in that city, because that's where y'all can afford to live. That's where y'all want to build. That's where y'all want to be. And that's where people who look like you live at. So if you live in Mobile, Alabama, that is a different makeup of a person. Or if you from Mobile, Alabama, that's a different makeup than someone who is from Los Angeles County. Y'all dress different. Y'all talk different. Y'all eat different. Y'all think different. You move different. But with social media, we have New York wanting Miami. And we got Mobile wanting Charlotte. And we got Dallas wanting Boise. And it don't go together. Because the algorithm's showing you people from all over the world. And so you saying, oh, this what's out there, this what's available. Yeah, that's what's out there, but that's not available to you in your city. You see what I'm saying? And then when you try to get somebody long distance, you can't really build. Because a relationship, you live together. When you get married, you live together. So you need to be able to build with somebody that you could see every day if need be. Now it's different if you together every day and then you move apart. That's totally different. Totally different than meaning you move apart because somebody got deployed, somebody got a new job and they got to go there and build for a little bit, and then y'all gonna come back together. That's different because you already laid the foundation. You got the foundation together. And that's what people have to understand. But when you get out here and you going and you just looking all over and you say, oh, well, this woman got this and this woman got that, this man got that, this man got that, that's what keep you single. Because you comparing your apples to they oranges. And you got to realize that there's a difference. Because we have a thing called looks compatibility. And there is a certain look for each of us. And we got to know that look. You got to know that look. Now, what I realized last night in watching videos about Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey, somebody sent me a video about Marjorie ex-husband getting ready to write a tell-all book, and it's a lot of videos about it on YouTube. So, and I want to apologize to Damson or Damson Idris or Idris from Snowfall, because he's with Lori Harvey. What I realized from the videos I seen, that Lori had a glow up. She had a glow up, meaning that she took and she slimmed down and chiseled out a lot, and then added a lot of money to the maintenance. Meaning, I could see it's a lot of little stuff, whether it's just the Pilates, the facials, better hair care, but I was able to see an older version of her and the Snowfall guy. They would kind of be close to looks compatible. It's just that men, we don't typically have glow-ups like women do. Sometimes men do, like get some abs or get some muscles, might grow a little bit. Money grows. That's the glow up right there for men. A lot of times that money go up. But what I'm noticing is somebody sent me another video, and I just watched what y'all sent me, what y'all DM me on Instagram. Somebody sent me another video, and a lady was saying she wouldn't date a bus driver. And then Ayala, she tried to teach on my preferences versus standards, but she said it wrong. So a lot of women have preferences, and these preferences is what's hurting you, because with these preferences, you out here and you want a certain caliber man, but what you don't realize is the caliber of man that you want is just based on money. And that nobody has it all. Like, nobody has it all. Listen to me. Nobody has it all. So you have to understand that everybody, we all giving something. Slow down this truck. Got these rocks on it. I'm not trying to get a rock chip. I can't stand. They shouldn't allow that stuff, man. These people should have a certain type of vehicle they're allowed to drive. Should only be allowed to drive a certain type of vehicle on the road. People, they be on the road just dropping rocks, just tearing your window up, and they should have to pay for it too. I guess that's why insurance cover it though, free of charge, because you can't control that. So what a lot of women looking for is a man with money. And what I have found is the women who are seen as extremely pretty typically first want a man with money. And when a woman who is seen as extremely pretty settles for a man who doesn't have money, it's typically after she has been dogged out. Now this is ridiculous. This truck is dumping the world on this highway. Now for one, he know he's not supposed to be even up here on this kind of paved highway. He's supposed to be on a regular road. That big behind truck. So I want you to look, and let's look at this study. And we're studying people in the media. So when you look at the America's Next Top Model, Eva Marcel, she was with the guy Kevin McCall. He had a little bit of money and a little bit of fame, but he was in that industry, so she probably thought like, okay, I'm gonna be taken care of, I'm gonna be well off, And he probably got a talk game because he make music. Probably got a talk game. This is where I'm mentioning celebrities. When I start my app, when I start TonyTube, all this right here gonna be over there. I can't have this out here free getting took down by the celebrity because I said their name. This is ridiculous what this truck is doing. This is just absolutely ridiculous. It's trying to just shout at everybody windshield. I'm finna sit right over in the slow lane and drive slow. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And so what I want you to realize is she was with this guy. Now on the looks compatibility scale, she is way higher than him. But what has to be understood is that in a lot of cases, when a woman is seen as beautiful, she is also victimized at a young age. And the reason being is because of her beauty. And this happens even to women who they may be seen as normal or average or okay or what have you. It's the same thing happens just because men are disgusting. Your average man is disgusting. Now, this sister here is driving behind me rather fast. And she got a blinker on non-stop. And everywhere I go, she going. And she driving looking all down and around. And it's like, ma'am, I don't want you behind me for you to ram into me because you looking down and around. I mean, she looking everywhere but where she supposed to be looking at. It's like, no, supposed to get from around me. And so I want you to think about it. When you look at Kevin McCall, he has a set of lips on him. And he has what you would call, what you would see as a normal face. Just based on looks and standards and looks compatibility and things of that nature. So because of that, when you have somebody who have a normal face and then you have somebody who is America's Next Top Model, they don't go together. But what they'll try to do is, sometimes people who are put in this class, and this is all subjective, and this is all, I had to block a lady the other day. Oh, beauty is not a monolith. Duh. We know beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but we speaking in generalities based on society's beauty standards. If you show somebody a face and you ask 10 people, is this person attractive or not? 9 out of 10 people is going to say the same answer because of we are all watching the same movies and the same TV shows and reading the same magazine. We all under the same programming. Somebody might be deeper or and all of that, and they try to go a little deeper and say, oh yeah, I don't judge people like that, so I see this person as attractive because, you know, I look into the eyes, and the eyes is a window to the soul, and I try to look deeper than just, you know, and whatever the world says is attractive, I typically think the opposite because, you know, I'm like a fish out of water. And so somebody will try to be deep and all of that, but at the end of the day, you have a situation where we all see the same programming. So if somebody say this person is very attractive, you very rarely gonna see somebody realistically, legitimately, without trying to be special or sound special or stand out or just attention seeking, say, no, that person is very unattractive. You rarely see that happen. And so what happens is the woman who is seen as beautiful And we know it happens to women who people may not put that label on them as well. They may be seen as cute or pretty or normal or whatever the word somebody will use. These women sometimes are victimized. Sometimes they go through a lot. And so they had the tall, dark, and handsome. So they say, let me get short and average, because let me see if he's gonna treat me better than the 6'4" guy who had the chiseled face and all the muscles and the perfect smile and all of this, whatever it was. He dogged me out. He talked to me like trash. He treated me like trash. So let me go with this guy who's 5'9", average looking. And so they do that, but then here's the problem, because I want you to also look at what Eva, she filed for divorce from her second husband. This was brought to my attention. But so here's the problem. The second husband, he looked he's a little puffy in the face. So what that lets me know is he doesn't really work out like myself. I'm gonna see how I'm puffy in the face is because I don't do a bunch of working out. But in the way his face looked, he looked like he was kind of nerdy or kind of lame. He was overlooked. Women on Eva level was definitely not checking for him. But the thing about it is a lot of times these guys weasel in there and they get these women and they get these beautiful women, but their insecurity does not allow them to feel worthy of that woman. So what they try to do is destroy that woman from the inside out. They want to break her. They want to break her. And so they try to control her. They try to abuse her. They try to call her trash. They try to call her names. They play on her trauma, her abuse, whatever she's gone through. They play on that. And they use that and try to hurt her. And I bet that played into it. And sometimes it goes from the verbal and emotional to physical. And so I bet that played into it. And I bet that's part of the reason why she filing for divorce. I doubt it has anything to do with where his money at and stuff of that nature. I bet it's probably to do with how he talking to her, how he treating her. And most of us men go through that. Most of us are insecure to a certain degree. Most of us go through bouts of insecurity. And even myself, being a vocal person, being a leader out here speaking and teaching, I still have to work on me. I still have to work through insecurity and things of that nature. And so understand that. So what happens is we start to try to get together. Now, what is he pulling from behind his tire? Okay. All right. I know he thought the car was gonna roll away, so he set rocks behind it. The man set rock. Maybe he ain't got no good reverse or something. Now maybe his parking brakes out or something. He set rocks behind his car. And so what happens is we try to get this certain person, and the man end up have to overly work to keep this woman, or he loses her. He got to work to overly keep her, or he lose her. And so what happens a lot of times is the man is able to demoralize and destroy the woman so she feels worthless and she stays with him, even though she way out of his league on the looks department. And then sometimes the woman, because of what she's gone through, she say, I'm not going through that again. She sticks to her guard. She knows her worth. And she say, no, playboy, it ain't going down like this. I'm out of here. And she gonna shut it down. Alexa, stop playing music. And she said, no, Playboy, it ain't going down like this. And then she stick to her guns. So when she does this, she then finds herself having to lead this man. And so what you have to understand is that when you are looking around and you see that a lot of women are single, and it's because a lot of the women who we don't understand why they single, it's because they waiting on this complete package. They want a man who is a millionaire, but also extremely cerebral, meaning very intellectual, very well spoken, very humble, very kind, very patient, fit, tall. And these women are telling themselves, hey, if I can't have that, then I'm not settling. I'm not going to be with anybody if I can't get a man that has everything. And sometimes the woman has everything except for the character that says money is not the biggest issue. And then on the flip side, a lot of times women say, okay, well, I'm not going to focus on the money. I'm not going to focus on height. I'm not going to focus on prestige and his family name. And then they get with that guy, and the guy is too insecure to handle her. And it happens like what happened with both the Eva situations, where she got with men that's beneath her on the look scale, and their insecurity tried to devour her, and she have to leave the situation. Why she doesn't go for the tall, dark, and handsome man, like publicly, I don't know. It's very strange. Unless she has some type of past or something like that. Sometimes those type of men who are high net worth and seen as good looking, they have very strict rules about how many bodies a woman could have and how long it takes them to sleep with a woman. And so I don't know if she's dealing with something like women in that caliber. And I'm not speaking just necessarily of her, but just women in that arena. If it has to do with something more like that comes from childhood, to say, hey, stay away from the man with the muscles and the height and the nice smile. But what we're seeing is this breakdown in the relationships because we're not picking correctly, because we're picking a lot of times from a place of insecurity or a place of fear or a place of greed, meaning you want it all or you want too much. And you got to come to this place where you have an understanding that you have to look at character, and character has to be the baseline. And this to men and women. Take the looks off the table, because looks can always be adjusted. I'm seeing a lot of women get nose jobs, and it's changing their life. A lot of women get lipo. Men are now getting lipo. Men, we can now get hair transplants. I'm thinking about going to Turkey to get me one. And we could get hair transplants. Women could get hair transplants. Women doing Botox, filler, cool sculpting, hydrofacials, everything. And so looks can be altered. You should not focus on looks. You could go to the gym, you could lose weight, you could eat right, you could do lipo if you need it. That's to each their own, but looks should not be the first thing or the second or the third. You need to look at character, integrity, and then factor in reputation. And inside of character, integrity will be their faith walk and all of those things. So it's encompassed in there. So understand that, and I believe that'll change the situation, how you move forward. Hey, this Tony Gaskins, the $16 courses, I still left them up because somebody asked me to leave it till Tuesday when her new card come in or something clears. So when somebody reach out like that, and it's not gonna kill me to leave it, I just leave it. So if you see in this video that those $16 courses, I'm gonna put the link in the description. And also the Growth Club, we'll be having us another session this month. Moving forward, that's where I'm gonna be moving my coaching to, the group coaching, the Growth Club. So you'll see that on Tony Gaskins Academy as well. It's monthly group sessions as a group, and we're on Zoom, and I'm teaching a lesson. Then we do Q&A, so you get to ask your questions and also hear other people's questions. So hey, this Tony Gaskins. God bless you. We'll talk soon.